Hello, this is Mark calling for Brian.
Hey, Mark, what's up?
Nada, what's going on with you, man?
Not much. We haven't talked in a long, long time.
Yeah, it's been a lot of years. I know I saw you at Scrap Metal, but I was like, it was after the fact I realized, oh, shit, that was Brian. Like, you should have said, hey, man, Brian Rademacher. You should have...
I just went to another show with, members of Fraley's Comet and Todd Howarth and John Regan and stuff like that. And, I went to Todd and I said, hey, Todd, Brian from Rockeyez, thanks for the interview. He goes, Brian? I go, yeah. He says, no, I only know you with your hands crossed like your Facebook picture. Otherwise, I wouldn't remember you. So,
right.
You never know. You just flow with it. But, I mean, we go back all the way to the Cat Club in New York City. That, wow, 20-something years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
20-something years. Yes, absolutely.
Right.
We're talking 1986 to be exact.
Wow. Yeah, the Cat Club was the first time we met, and I photographed you there. I did some press photos for you, and then we worked, I think you played L'Amour's.
Right.
I went there. And then, through the years, I mean, when we did Kiss Classics, you guys were so helpful to us. Like, anytime we had a giveaway or something like that, Slaughter was always, on the top of the bill for us, and you helped us a great deal,
Good.
And
Good. Well, I mean, you know what? It's you guys have been, obviously in that side of it. It's been, it's been a lot of years. You get relationships with people over the years that are staples. I mean, you know the name, you know where it belongs, you know who's involved, and the thing is when you don't put two and two together when you're just doing a show or somebody walks up and says, "Hey, let me take a picture."
Right.
You don't think, and then after the fact, I'm like, "Oh shit, that was
Yeah.
Damn.
But
yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah. I mean, your career has been going so good. I mean, all I do is see you touring all the time, recording, and I just saw you in New York at a club with Scrap Metal, and I mean, your voice was amazing at that show.
Well, thank you.
I mean,
thank you.
You hear different stories from different people and stuff like that until you firsthand, hear it yourself. And you guys did amazing at that club in New York City. It was.
Oh, thanks. That was, what a fun time. It's just we have not made it to New York in so long. And the same thing with Slaughter. Obviously, we're going to be there in Jersey, coming up end of the month and stuff. But we just have not been in New York.
Right.
In so long, and it's just that there's really no venues. There's nobody really doing what we do, and we just kind of drew the line and keeping things in a really keeping us out of clubs, keeping us in real good venues, and really keeping it the much like what we've learned with Kiss. Is you try to keep the name and you protect the name, and you don't want to prostitute it out for for shit reasons. You know.
Right.
And the Scrap Metal thing is fun, and it was good money, and we have a good time with that. That's just a totally different entity, and it's just really a bunch of friends who go together and just have a good time making music, and really living the whole genre at that point because everybody's playing each other's hits.
Cool. I mean, even backstage or whatever you want to call it when we were there. I mean, nobody had an attitude. I mean,
no.
I mean, everybody was so cool. It was like like a family almost. Like Janet, come on in, and she'd want to sit and talk for an hour with you.
You're right.
Know?
Well, and that's it. And you know what? And I think and you know this as well as I do, Brian. When you're I'm a little older now, and you really start to pick not only in career but in life. You pick friends and people that you want to be around, that it's just not a freaking drama club, and it's just people you enjoy who they are, what they stand for, and that's what I try to surround myself with. It's just good people,
right?
And then you have good things happen. Know.
I mean, anytime I met you, I never see an angry Mark Slaughter.
No.
Always pleasurable to every time I saw you, I mean, I haven't seen you mad ever, you know, and like upset, maybe, you know, something might have happened, but I mean, still, when a fan comes to meet you, you always, you know, can I have an autograph? No problem. Can I have a picture? No problem. You know, how do you keep that sanity, that you know, welcoming?
Well, you know, one thing that you know, for instance, you know, we do more fly dates now.
Right.
First of all, you know, when I chose to make music for, you know, for a career, it's because I love music. And even now when I travel, and I, you know, understand, like, you know, when I go do weekends, which is like what I do now, I'm not on a tour bus. I fly to a show or 2 shows or 3 shows in a row, and you know, when that's done, you know, I'm back home.
Right.
So the traveling is a bear.
Right.
And I always look at it as I get paid to travel and they play for free.
Yeah.
Because really, the truth of the matter is this is what I do. It's what I love to do, and it's what I'd be doing if I, you know, wasn't doing. You know, it's because I love doing it.
Right, right. Now you have a single, "Never Given Up," and the proceeds going to Military Red Circle Foundation. And
right.
you know, I just had a chance to listen to it and stuff like that, and I did a little research and stuff like that. But I went on Amazon, and 99% of the people who bought that single and the proceeds going to that benefit gave a 5-star rating to that song. I don't know if
interesting.
I don't know.
I have not even noticed that. No.
Yeah, 99%, 5 stars. Does that blow your mind, or does it?
Yeah,
you know,
that does, because I really don't even, you know, I you know, it's kind of like how should I put it? It's almost like Hillary Clinton, you know, on that side of it. You know, everybody has something to say about her, and I think she kind of got to the point where she just doesn't give a shit anymore.
Right.
But I mean, no, I didn't notice that or pay attention to that. But that's great.
Yeah, I mean, like, does that you know, push you up to maybe making a solo album?
Yeah, I mean, I've got enough songs to do a solo record. I've got about 4 songs left that I could, you know, put together to basically have an album. And I think I might do the same thing I did with the single and just, you know, put some songs together and put it out on the internet and not overthink it. And again, you know, it's the days the labels are gone.
Right.
And I just want to get my music out. I'm an artist, and it's not about whether the art sells zillions or anything else. It's the point of getting your art out there, and that's where my head's at, you know.
Right.
And of course, Slaughter is Slaughter, and you know, that's something that I, you know, no different than, you know, not saying that you know, I'm comparing myself, but it's like, you know, Mick Jagger with the Stones or Paul Stanley with Kiss. They still went out and did their own solo records for the sake of being an artist.
Right.
But it never devalues what they do. But it's just a point of doing something for the art side of it.
Right. Right.
And that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm just putting some songs together, and we'll see what it does. And I think people, you know, that have grown up with the music from the BVI into Slaughter, I think that they'll understand it, you know.
Right. And Pat Lucero did the artwork and the graphics for this?
He did.
Right. He's a good friend.
He's a really good guy. He's been, you know, Pat and I grew up together. He's like a brother to me. And we, you know, literally we grew up together in high school and you know, junior high, I should say. And, you know, it's nice to have friends that are lifetime friends. And
right.
Definitely, he's the one.
Cool. Now, you also help out St. Jude's Hospital, and, you know, have you ever visited that hospital?
Oh, yeah. I've actually taken other people to St. Jude. I actually took Eric Brittingham there and his wife Inga. Kelly Kiki from Night Ranger, I took him over there. It's such a great hospital, and it's just such a, I mean, it's just one of those things that you know, there's life and then there's real life, you know, and that's real life. Right. And when you go through something like that, you know, there's more to life than just us living, you know, living and trying to figure out how to make things work. And that there's these people, you know, these kids need help and the parents need help, and it's an organization, much like Red Circle, where it actually works as a charity. It's a real charity that the monies actually go to where they're supposed to go, as opposed to, some of these other charities, which only a percentage of it goes to it. I think it's 86 cents per dollar goes to St. Jude that is donated, and it's over $1.5 million to run that organization.
Wow.
every single day.
Wow. When you go, how emotional is it being there? I mean, I don't think I can handle it.
Well, it's really emotional. I think that there's sides of it that you go through it and you see the kids, and the kids are trying to be happy and be kids, and it's one thing. But when you go into, there's a small little they call it the chapel, and inside there is where kids will write some of the things in there, and you can read through the book. It's like little prayers, and it's not like it's committed to a Jewish religion or Christianity or Islamic or anything. It's just life. And there's one little girl that had written in there, "Please let my mom and dad let go." And when you read some of the things even from the kids, that they know that they're facing that, it's heavy, man.
Right.
It's very heavy.
Right.
So that it's close to the heart, but those are the things in life that are important.
Right.
There's friendships that have validity, and there's people that have validity, and everything. If people have an opinion, whatever.
Right.
On any side of it, none of that stuff really matters. It's really the people who you're dear in your heart, close to you through life.
Wow, it must be amazing when you go in there and you personally make one of them kids smile.
Oh yeah. There's one thing, me doing the voices and stuff. There was this one kid that, man, he was a hard one to crack. We were having lunch with him as Kelly, and it was all of us. We were kind of sitting around, and it was some people from St. Jude and the parent, and she was talking about St. Jude and what they've done for her and the kid. There's because basically St. Jude pays for everything that the insurance does not.
Right.
And no child is turned away. So I mean, that alone is a miracle. That's that they can actually do that and make it to where it's not a profitable thing. It's about healing and making a difference in not only in just regular life, but also they're finding cures for and reasons for Parkinson's disease.
Right.
It's because their research kind of ties in with some of the things that they're discovering at the hospital there. So, man, it's just it's amazing. With this one kid was a tough cookie to crack. I was doing every voice I knew, and did Donald Duck, and did everything that I thought I'd make this kid smile. He just looked at me deadpan like, this guy's crazy. Then all of a sudden I did Homer Simpson, and then he looked over at me, and all of a sudden he just started laughing. He goes, "You're crazy," and he just started laughing.
Oh, that's great.
And and it was like, it was one of those things that that was cool.
Wow. Wow, I know the feeling, like, 'cause I every Saturday morning I work with autistic children, for a couple hours every Saturday morning, and it's just, when I hand them like the camera and I stand behind them and they take a picture and just want to see what they did, I mean, the smile to their face, it's like, I mean, unbeatable, So, I know that feeling, what it's like and stuff like that. Now let's get back.
Well, that is truly what life's about. I mean, look, music is a vehicle that has allowed me to do the things that, much like that, or much like the Red Circle Foundation or any of that stuff. It's kind of it gives me a kind of a small soapbox that I can actually talk about things.
Right.
And make a difference.
Right. Definitely. I definitely think you do. And especially with the single, it just shows the kind of person you are and stuff like that. What's going on with Slaughter? Is there going to be a new disc coming out, or what's up?
We talk about it all the time. We've written songs. There's a couple Slaughter songs. We can play one of them live.
Right.
And we talk about it, but it's just like, Dana is kind of working with Vince pretty heavily, Vince Neil,
Right.
And, you know, also the, you know, Slaughter's, you know, the rest of the band plays with Vince Neil's band
Right.
when we're not doing what I'm doing.
Right.
So it's kind of like, it's hard to, when everybody's got other agendas, it's hard to get one agenda going.
Right.
But I would imagine, you know, that, you know, regardless, we'll do something in the future.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with what I'm doing. It's like I know there will be a Slaughter record, and by me releasing what I've done, hopefully there'll be a little bit more of a even a, how should I put it, a demand for it, you know.
Right. Definitely.
Because you know, I think it's, you know, so far the music I'm recording is real solid, you know.
Definitely, definitely. Now, when you do "Fly to the Angels," what goes through your mind?
Oh, it's a lot of things.
Yeah.
A lot of, you know, sometimes it's you know, it's people I've lost. It's the intent of the song. It's the memories that I've had playing the song. It's the, you know, there's so many things that go along with it, because the song, you know, it's got a life of its own. You
Right.
know, it's not just me singing it; it's the song itself. You know.
Right.
And so, you know, I'd say that for the most part, there's really not just one thing that goes through my mind. It's multiple things. It's really, you know, where I'm at. If I was, you know, in the West Coast, in Vegas, for instance, I'd think about my dad, or, you know, Cindy, who I wrote the song about, or, you know, if I'm in a military thing, I'm thinking about, you know, all the people we've lost that have, you know, died for this country, which is, you know, one of the things, you know, where even the inspiration for Never Giving Up even came out.
Right. Right. What do you do in your spare time?
I just record, make music. I just constantly write.
Cool. You have anything else? You have anything else coming up you'd like to talk about that I might have not talked about yet?
You know, I think that you know, for me, it's you know, I really am very, very thankful for, you know, the years of you know, the supporters and you know, that have stood by Slaughter. And I mean, there's a lot of, you know, again, from day one, whether it be from the Vinnie Vincent invasion to, you know, through Slaughter, it's just, you know, we've had some really, you know, really wonderful people that have walked the walk with us, you know.
Right. Wow.
And I'm truly thankful for that.
Cool. Well, Mark, you know, I mean, we know each other a long time. I really admire the things that you did and are doing, especially with, you know, donations and doing different things. And as a person, you've always been very kind to me and, you know, the outlets that I work with, and I appreciate that.
Well, thanks. Well, the door's always wide open.
Cool.
Are you coming up to the New Jersey show?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, cool.
You know.
Well, we'll make sure to get all the accommodations for that situated. You have my phone number, so
right.
Just reach out to me on the phone just prior, you know, day before, so I can definitely, you know, put you down and get you covered.
Cool. You want to say anything to the fans out there before we end?
I'm sorry?
You want to say anything to your fans out there before we end?
Just, you know, thanks for the years, and you know, again, you know, thanks for letting us provide portion of the soundtrack of their lives as it's been for our lives, and you know, it's been a great ride, and it's nice to still be in the saddle.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Mark. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you much, and looking forward to seeing you in Jersey here shortly.
Cool. See you later, man.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.